Our retirement community for over 30 years offers independent living with residency options, lifelong learning classes, as well as continuing care. Information at friendshipvillageaz.com.
On the next Arizona Horizon, it's the start of another enrollment period for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act, and a look at art installations along canals in Scottsdale as part of the city's Canal Convergence.
Nature's journey into the Okavango continues. In this realm, water connects everything. No one can predict what's next in this river of dreams.
Part 2, all new, tonight at 7 on Arizona PBS.
After the dinosaurs, what happened next?
How long did it take for ecosystems to reform, for life to recover?
Now, an amazing fossil record has been found.
It's a Rosetta Stone.
It's telling us about how we got to be here.
Rise of the Mammals on Nova.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS.
On Life from Above, satellite cameras capture the brilliant colors of our planet. Set in a world that is vibrant, surprising, and changing. Created by nature and humans.
All new, tonight at 9 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Arizona PBS provides you great musical performances all year long. And now we have some of the best seats for you to see some of your favorite acts live and in concert. Arizona PBS Box Office presents a backstage pass for you to meet world-class performers and offers a chance to see exciting performances before they sell out. This month, Arizona PBS Box Office presents Trans-Siberian Orchestra, returning to Arizona Sunday, December 1st at Talking Stick Resort Arena.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
Find more ways to explore at pbs.org/anywhere.
Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
Washington Week is an island of civil discourse in a chaotic media environment. On Friday night, we gather the best reporters in the nation and have a conversation that's about informing the American people.
Washington Week.
All new, Friday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Making it count. Leaders in Arizona's Latino community pushing to ensure next year's U.S. Census is as accurate as possible.
Plus, going electric, how our state is looking to accelerate into the future. We take you behind the wheel.
And plastic from cactus, how the desert flower could play a key role in saving the planet.
Cronkite News starts now.
Hello and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Daria Yasmin.
And I'm Madison LaBerge. Thanks for joining us.
The U.S. Census Bureau. It's the federal government's largest statistical agency.
Every 10 years, a massive operation is undertaken to count everyone living in the U.S., citizen or not.
All of this so Congress can represent the people as accurately as possible.
Cronkite News reporter Ellie Nakamoto-White is live in the broadcast center to tell us more on a new way Arizonans can make sure they get counted. Ellie?
Thanks, Madison. The 2020 U.S. Census officially opens April 1st. Earlier today, I went to La Familia Cuenta, a summit that aims to increase the number of Hispanic and Latino families participating.
Our community stands to win or lose depending on our participation.
Earlier today, dozens of representatives from across the country gathered to discuss new ways of encouraging people to fill out the 2020 U.S. Census questionnaire. Every decade, the government takes account of every person living in the states.
It's critically important for three reasons: power, knowledge, and money.
Now, there's a new way to fill out the census questionnaire.
For the first time, people can go online. It's a mail, it's an envelope about this large that people will receive, and it says Census 2020 on it. It's through that paper questionnaire or that paper invitation that people receive that they will get the link in order for them to go on.
Officials say that the census is key to having accurate representation in the U.S.
What we're looking at is we want to make sure that every household is represented. Your voice in Congress comes basically from this count.
It also determines the amount of federal dollars allocated to states and countries.
There's no reason why you shouldn't participate. It's important to make ourselves count.
Officials say they're trying to recruit thousands of Arizonans to help get the word out across the valley. Live in the Broadcast Center, Ellie Nakamoto-White, Cronkite News.
Every 10 years, the U.S. Census Bureau asks U.S. residents to check the box or boxes that best identify their race and ethnicity. Cronkite News wants to know how you identify yourself, and your responses will inform our reporting. Just go to our Cronkite News Twitter or Facebook feeds to get counted.
Developing now, a total of 42 bodies have been pulled from a mass grave in the Sonoran Desert near the seaside town of Puerto Peñasco. Puerto Peñasco is often known to American tourists as Rocky Point. The Sonoran State Prosecutor's Office says the pit yielded a dozen bodies last week, but digging over the weekend found an additional 30 sets of remains, almost all of them being complete skeletons. The burial pit was originally found by a group of volunteer searchers. So tonight, we want to know, if this is impacting your travel plans. Just go to our Cronkite News Facebook page to share your thoughts with us.
Tensions flared on Capitol Hill today as House Democrats and the Director of Citizenship and Immigration Services sparred over the treatment of critically ill immigrants.
The agency earlier backed off its plan to deport those patients, but as Brian Peach reports from our Washington bureau, Democrats were still angry.
And I want to make sure that he understands that to many families, this is literally a life and death issue.
He is acting CIS Director Ken Cuccinelli, who told a House Oversight Subcommittee that his agency has limited resources to process individual cases of critically ill immigrants. He urged Congress to take the lead.
I would note that there is no program. That's part of the challenge here. This is about withholding action, not undertaking a formal process.
Despite the lack of a formal process, CIS can defer deportation of immigrants who are seriously ill and need treatment in this country on a case-by-case basis. One of those cases is Julia Espinosa. The 7-year-old is the U.S.-born daughter of Ecuadorian immigrants who worry they could be deported.
Julia was born with a medical condition called shortcut syndrome. When that happened, we tried to maintain ourselves with an e-visa. That as a result of many complications, we couldn't sustain the e-visa, and we ended up applying for deferred action.
If they don't get deferred, the Espinosas would face a tough choice: leave Julia behind or take her to Ecuador, where she will not get the treatment she needs.
Mr. Cuccinelli, do you believe that you treated children with cancer, cystic fibrosis, and other diseases with the dignity and courtesy of the mission of this agency when you decided in secret to end consideration of deferred action and ordered them to leave the country within 33 days or face deportation?
CIS threatened earlier this summer to end the practice of deferred deportation, but quickly backed off in the face of public outcry. Cuccinelli said his agency is just following the laws that Congress set.
But we have limited resources, and this is an undertaking by USCIS that was and is going on, that has never been assigned by Congress, that has never been part of a regulation.
Espinosa, who has degrees in finance and chemical engineering, says he could work and afford to pay for Julia's care if the U.S. would let him. Deporting him would just make his daughter a burden on U.S. taxpayers, he said.
I think if we can provide value, if we are allowed to provide value freely, we can continue to support, in this case, for instance, a U.S. citizen, and we can continue to support society. I think that we all can provide value, and if we are not allowed to do so, then we could become a charge to the public system.
In Washington, Brian Peach, Cronkite News.
Just moments ago, the House voted to permanently ban mining on more than 1 million acres surrounding the Grand Canyon. The 236 to 185 vote followed hours of floor debate. Republicans said the bill would cost mining jobs and force the United States to rely on other nations for uranium, the main mineral targeted by the ban. But Democrats said uranium mining poses too great of a threat to the canyon, one of the nation's most revered natural sites. The bill still has to get through the Senate, where the outlook for passage is mixed. An elected official accused of running a human smuggling scheme by bringing pregnant women to the United States has pled not guilty to federal charges in Arkansas. Authorities say Maricopa County Assessor Paul Peterson illegally paid Pacific Islander mothers to give birth in the United States and later gave their children up for adoption. After entering his plea, Peterson was released on a $100,000 bond with an ankle monitor. He also faces charges in Arizona and Utah. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors voted to suspend him without pay for 120 days.
Fans of electric vehicles are continuing their fight to push residents and leaders across Arizona to transition from gas to electric-powered cars.
Cronkite News reporter Mariah Gallegos went to a forum on the future of electric transportation.
Attendees were allowed to test drive some of the newest electric vehicles and learn about the improvements to the technology.
You couldn't pry my electric car out of my hands.
Drivers like John Morrow are switching from gas to electric because they believe it's better for the environment. His only concern is the price of replacing the battery, but even that he thinks will become more affordable with time.
Because of all of the places that are putting up battery factories worldwide, I'm expecting that if I had to get a replacement battery 10 years from now, it probably would cost less than half of what we'd expect it to now.
But could the lower cost of batteries and electric cars lead to more used and dead batteries contributing to the climate change crisis?
I'm optimistic that's not going to be a problem.
Travis Madsen with Southwest Energy Efficient Project believes the worn-out batteries won't outweigh the environmental benefits of driving electric vehicles.
I think that batteries will have a second life outside the car. So there's already examples of places where the companies are putting them in warehouses and plugging them into the electricity grid, where they can, provide a place to store extra wind power, extra solar power, or provide other services that our electricity system needs to operate.
And there are more types of electric vehicles coming to the market. Arizona-based manufacturer Nikola is adding jet skis and military vehicles to its electric lineup. But one thing owners want more of is charging stations.
Arizona is such a big, largely empty populations are in dense little clusters around, which makes it trickier for electric cars if you're traveling city to city. But within the valley here, it's no problem at all.
Arizona has 469 charging stations compared to the nearly 6,000 in California. At the digital desk, Mariah Gallegos, Cronkite News.
Coming up next on Cronkite News at 5, helping the homeless right here in the Copper State.
The mission One Valley Church is on to set them up for success and how you can be a part of it.
And did Arizona students make the grade? After the break, we take a look at the National Report Card.
Join Emmy Award-winning NBC anchor Lester Holt as he receives the 2019 Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. Attracting industry leaders from the media, politics, business, and education, the award luncheon is the Cronkite School's signature event. Tickets for the luncheon ceremony on Monday, November 4th at the Sheraton in Phoenix are available for sale at cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon or call 602-496-0482.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, covering sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles.
In Cleveland.
In Washington.
In Louisville.
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
The homeless population in Arizona continues to grow, and Heaven's Healing Hands partners with St. Vincent de Paul to help those affected.
Cronkite News reporter Rio Painter takes us through the scene of a pop-up shop for those in need.
I read a book called Under the Overpass, which was a really good book about two college students who kind of left their everyday lives and became homeless for months. And the thing that really stuck with me was that they went to Phoenix.
Heaven's Healing Hands started this pop-up village at St. Vincent de Paul a little over a year ago. The group wants to help as many people on the streets as possible. Every month, church members bring donations in. Those are put into kits, and then those items are brought to St. Vincent de Paul. More than 50 volunteers show up to help hand out the kits, including 15-year-old Nathan Spalding and his father, Chris.
Kits contain a lot of hygiene items, and there's some snacks and stuff. They've got wipes, comb, nail clippers, some different variety of snacks, deodorants, stuff like that.
Nathan raised more than $1,000 through a GoFundMe account to provide items to those who are in need. The church has also partnered with hairstylists that come to provide haircuts to those who want it.
Today we really wanted our guests to know that they're not invisible, that they're not alone. Help is available. God is everywhere, and we are here to serve them. And serving them sometimes could just be a kind word. Some people just want a clean shirt. Sometimes the ladies just want their hair washed. You never know what somebody's needs are.
And it makes the members of Heaven's Healing Hands grateful that they are able to help in this small way. In Phoenix, Rio Painter, Cronkite News.
Those who want to participate can reach out to Heaven's Healing Hands or donate to the GoFundMe project created to collect money for the building mobile shower systems.
The University of Arizona is officially changing its nickname from UA to U Arizona, largely to increase search engine optimization. The Tucson-based university announced the decision in a news release on Monday, saying the change would help distinguish their school from other national and international entities that use the letters U and A, including the University of Alabama, Under Armour, and United Airlines. Officials say the university was not appearing on the first page of Google results when UA was typed into the search bar. University officials say there are no plans yet to use the new abbreviation on merchandise or in chants at sporting events.
Report cards are out, and numbers show students across the nation are failing to make the grade. That's according to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, known as Nation's Report Card, which was released today. Researchers say over the last decade, there has been no progress in mathematics or reading performance. Fourth graders made only statistical gain 1 point in mathematics or reading. The average score for fourth graders was down by 1 point from 2017. Eighth grade reading scores decreased about 3 points.
Up next on Cronkite News at 5, an ASU professor testifies in front of a Senate panel on water security.
See how federal government is looking for the best ways to take on water woes of the West, and how innovation conservation might spur economic development right here in the Valley of the Sun.
Join Emmy Award-winning NBC anchor Lester Holt as he receives the 2019 Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. Attracting industry leaders from the media, politics, business, and education, the award luncheon is the Cronkite School's signature event. Tickets for the luncheon ceremony on Monday, November 4th at the Sheraton in Phoenix are available for sale at cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon or call 602-496-0482.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Join us each week on Catalyst, the show that explores new advancements, technologies, and innovations at Arizona State University that are shaping the future for tomorrow and beyond. Catalyst, Wednesdays at 9, right here on Arizona PBS.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, Covering Sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
If you happen to see a boulder lying around, the Prescott National Forest would like it back. According to park officials, this 1-ton boulder known as Wizard Rock went missing near Prescott 2 weeks ago. They say the boulder would have been nearly impossible to remove by hand, so some heavy machinery may have been involved. It's against the law to remove minerals from National Forest land without a permit, and violation could result in a maximum fine of $5,000, 6 months in jail, or both.
Everybody in the West talks about the scarcity of water, but what are they doing about it?
That's what the question is today at the Senate hearing that looked at innovative water conserving technologies, as Heather Cumberledge reports from our Washington bureau.
Water is life. That was said repeatedly by witnesses and lawmakers at today's hearing. But they also noted that water is the life of economic development.
We're attracting so many businesses and families coming to Arizona, and we just want to make sure that we can sustain that growth and provide opportunities for people for jobs, and we're being smart water users to secure our water future.
That was the focus of today's hearing by a Senate Energy and Natural Resources Subcommittee. The importance of water security and its impact on economic development in the West and how technology can help. One witness, ASU senior sustainability scientist John Sabo, told the senators that manufacturing in the U.S., especially in the Sun Belt, is dependent on water.
Water is life. Sustain Phoenix and the rest of Arizona.
But Sabo, the director of Future H2O at ASU, said the infrastructure needs to be upgraded to be more resilient in order to withstand extreme events like droughts and floods. Sabo gives U.S. water infrastructure a grade of D-. While it won't go from a D to an A overnight, he said, it could be boosted to a C through policy reform, rapid upgrades to distribution systems, and taking advantage of new technology. McSally echoes Sabo's call for new technology.
Embracing outside-of-the-box solutions has always been an important factor for Arizona's water supply.
McSally and Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto said they have introduced new legislation to increase funding for water conservation research, which is so vital to their states.
Water's not going to hold us back. Arizona can continue to grow and provide more opportunities for people without having that be a limitation. And I really think the discussion here today helped see this as an opportunity, not as a challenge.
In Washington, Heather Cumberledge, Cronkite News.
Technology wasn't the only possible solution discussed at today's hearing. McSally pointed to Arizona's recently passed drought contingency plan as an example of how officials can work together to address the problem.
Quentin is here joining us at the desk. So do you have any plans for the spooky season tomorrow?
Oh, I have a great plan for tomorrow night. So, you know, I live in an apartment building with only adults, so I'm going to go buy a lot of candy for the trick-or-treaters. And when those trick-or-treaters inevitably don't show up, I'm just going to have to eat all the candy myself.
I think that's a great plan.
It's a foolproof plan. Well, whatever your plans are for tomorrow evening, I've got your temperatures. But first, let's take a look at your evening planner for tonight. Right here, 5 p.m., 68 degrees, pardon me, moving down to 56 at 10 o'clock. Then looking at your highs for tomorrow, 77 about across the board, but notice your average for this time of year is 83, so we're a bit below that. And tomorrow morning, we might just be breaking a record. And I'm not talking about the record for most candy eaten by one newsroom. I'm talking about a temperature record here. 42 degrees could be the coldest October morning that we've had in 44 years. Zooming out to the rest of the state, we've got cold temperatures as well. 38 in Sedona, 14 in Flagstaff, then 12 up here at the Grand Canyon. So when you wake up, you're going to feel a bit wet, frigid, and chilly, almost like a zombie. So grab a cup of coffee and warm up because it's Halloween, y'all. We got to get excited here. 73 degrees here at 5 p.m. Your sunset for tomorrow is at 5:39. So the sun's going down, but the party is turning up. 65 degrees by 7 p.m. and then down to 59 by 9 p.m. So think about having a couple cups of hot chocolate ready for those kids when they come in tomorrow. And look at how cute this pumpkin is. Up top, girl. I'm just kidding. Pumpkins don't have arms. Taking a look at your weekend forecast here, 77 degrees is your high for tomorrow. Again, no tricks, just treats because we've got clear skies moving all the way through the week, but then a few clouds here on Wednesday. Highs in the low 80s and lows in the mid 50s. From the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Quentin Walker.
As always, thank you, Quentin. The next time you see a prickly pear cactus, you might just have to do a double take.
Witness for yourself how miraculous cactus juice is a blossom of hope for the environment.
Join Emmy Award-winning NBC anchor Lester Holt as he receives the 2019 Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. Attracting industry leaders from the media, politics, business, and education, the award luncheon is the Cronkite School's signature event. Tickets for the luncheon ceremony on Monday, November 4th at the Sheraton in Phoenix are available for sale at cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon or call 602-496-0482.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, covering sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles. In Cleveland. In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem. Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
A researcher has developed a possible life-changing technique to make plastic out of cactus juice.
But now the question is, can it be scaled up? Cronkite News reporter Jordan Elder takes us inside the operation.
It might seem hard to believe, but the future of these plastic bags might lie in prickly pear cactuses. America wastes a lot of plastic, and especially at the grocery store. Shoppers use almost one plastic bag per resident per day. And it's not just these plastic bags, it's bottles too. In 2015, Americans purchased about 346 bottles per person. That's almost a bottle a day. And this problem keeps growing. Less than 1/5 of all plastic is recycled globally. But there might be a new recipe to solve this plastic problem. Engineers in Mexico are beta testing a new chemical formula with cactus juice as the main ingredient. It was created by Sandra Pasco Ortiz, a chemical engineering professor at the University of the Valley of Atemajac in Zapopan. Juice is extracted from the cactus and mixed with additives that make it feel more like the plastic bags we're used to. Then it gets rolled out and dried. The whole process takes about 10 days. These cactus juice bags take 2 or 3 months to break down in soil, and only a week if they're put in water or compost. Normal plastic bags may take centuries to decompose. Prickly pears are all over Arizona, so these bags could potentially be produced right here if the technology takes off. Several companies are interested in collaborating with Ortiz, who has already filed for a patent for this technology. For now, keep your reusable bags handy, but prickly pear plastic could make its way to your grocery store in the coming years.
For continuing coverage of this sustainability story and more, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, it's the start of another enrollment period for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act, and a look at art installations along canals in Scottsdale as part of the city's Canal Convergence.
I'm Judy Woodruff. Tonight on the NewsHour, a decorated Army officer raises alarms to Congress about President Trump's actions with Ukraine. Coming up after Cronkite News and Arizona Horizon on Arizona PBS.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
And for top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Nature's journey into the Okavango continues. In this round, water connects everything. No one can predict what's next in this river of dreams.
Part 2, all new, tonight at 7 on Arizona PBS.